Live from Las Vegas, it is the MHH Network. We are live tonight. Maybe. All right, everybody, we are live tonight. We had some very sad news today. Of course, Norman Lear is dead. Yes, creator of Good Times. One of my favorite shows, Good Times. You know, everybody says, too, there was no ethnic, racism was really bad in the 60s and 70s. But Norman Lear brought Good Times, Jefferson's, a lot of African-American actors and writers. And Norman Lear was a great man. Did a lot for the African-American community and showed how bad the streets are in Chicago. Yeah, Florida Evans, Mr. Evans, J.J. Velma, and the queer kid. What was his name? The queer kid that read the books, the smart brother. Anyways, the other guy that died is relapsearella. Yeah, horrible guy. Died 59 years old. Norman Lear was like 160, I think. I don't even know how old he was. He was fucking old as shit. Not a big surprise in Northern Lear. He did a lot for the television and African American communities. I mean, there was we got to see black people in the 1970s. My grandparents got to see black people, and they got to see them show up in All in the Family and show a racist versus a black racist, and they could coexist, and they have more in common than anything else. So yeah, Norman Lear, rest in peace. I am still out of my fucking mind. I'm still sick. My voice still sucks, so we'll get through this. But Ralph Howard's quote-unquote stylist is dead at 59. They're saying it was a cancer. He went in for a cancer procedure and just died on the operating table, apparently. It's terrible. And we have a little bit of the Howard Stern show from this morning. And, you know, after listening to Howard Stern this week, I'm going to tell you some stuff about this Howard Stern show. I don't know if you've been around or listening to this lately, but this has been the absolute worst week of Howard Stern ever, I think, to a point where I canceled my subscription today. Just check out, I guess we're going to check out the quote-unquote eulogy he gave his best friend this morning.
I don't even know where to begin with this horrible story and how sad I am, but my dear friend Ralph, of course, who calls into the show all the time, and Ralph, who has been at my side for so many years, has died. And I tell you, it's going to be difficult for me to get through this eulogy, this obituary, if you will, but I just have been so sad and so angry, and I think this is the toughest part of loving someone, when you lose them. And Lord knows I loved Ralph. Some people hated him, some people loved him, and that's what makes good radio. That's why I always loved when Ralph would call in. Early on in my career in New York, and he'd be in my home. Ralph would hang with me. We'd watch television together, and we developed a very strong friendship. And I know a lot of people, you say to me, why are you friends with Ralph? Ralph's my friend. I just enjoy him. You can't explain friendship. I don't even know where to begin with this horrible story and how sad I am, but my dear friend Ralph, of course, who calls into the show all the time, and Ralph, who has been at my side for so many years, has died. And I tell you, it's going to be difficult for me.
So yeah, that was Howard Stern this morning giving the eulogy. So I listened to the whole show today. He did about 3 hours on his quote-unquote best friend. His quote-unquote best friend, this guy's best friend's been with him for 40 years. He's picked out every outfit. He's been on TV. He helped out for his TV show. He's done all of this stuff. And what did he get in return? He blamed, Howard Stern today, blamed his death on health insurance. He died because he didn't have health insurance. What? So you're telling me a guy that's worked with you for 40 years, you've never paid him anything. Like, literally, you do not know how little they pay this guy. So I was listening to this Howard Stern thing today. I wasn't even going to do a show tonight, but I just kept getting angrier and angrier as I'm listening to the hell that he put this man through. He actually said at one point, why don't you go work at a department store? Howard Stern was disappointed in him because he didn't want to go work at a fucking department store. Let that sink in for a minute. This is your personal stylist. Now, if you went to Hollywood or you went to New York to get stylists, personal stylists make about, I don't know, $400,000 a year. If you're dealing with somebody that's a celebrity and they have a wardrobe budget that he should be getting, he didn't get none of that. And as he keeps doing this eulogy, I just go, health insurance. Why would he have to worry about getting health insurance? You work for SiriusXM. This guy is your personal stylist, and he's a member of the show. He's a cast member of the show. You can't get him fucking health insurance through Sirius? Does that make any sense to you? This guy's a stingy fucking creep. Then he goes on. He keeps going. He goes, yeah, Ralph told me that he was betting on some football games. And I'm like, how can you afford that? You don't make any money. I don't give you anything. So what it sounds like, Howard would pay him just when he came over to the house and did something. He'd give him a couple of $1,000 here and there. So in the meantime, this guy's living in a rat-infested, mold-infested, shitty apartment, barely surviving. Can't go out and get a regular job because he's a celebrity. Everybody knows who the fuck he is. So hey, Ralph, hey, Ralph, hey, why are you doing this now? So you're worth $650 million. Now you're worth $650 million after a divorce. Let that sink in for a minute. If he was still married to that same woman, he'd have over $1 billion because she got like $300-something million in a divorce settlement. So he's sitting on $650 million. This guy, family he's got a couple of daughters, and then he's got his wife that probably doesn't get anything. I don't even know who ends up with the $650 million. I bet he doesn't give it to anybody. I bet he says he's the kind of guy that would be buried with it. He can't give a dime away. He has to pinch and save every way he can. He has to sell his storage unit off because he's spending too much money. The guy's worth $650 million. He doesn't have a car. Just hire a driver. He lives in like a 27-bedroom mansion down in Miami with probably 2,700 cats. He lives with an old cat lady. She's like a 50-year-old cat lady. So creepy old creepster with the wig lives with this old cat lady. Now, he couldn't give his friend, his stylist, the guy that's been with him, his very best friend, the guy who didn't say anything bad about him, couldn't give him some money. Like, he could have literally gave Ralph $10 million, and he wouldn't even have put a dent in his fortune. Like, literally, he's still pulling in $25 million a year, working 3 days a week, 6 months out of the year. And he can't afford to pay Ralph. Ralph has to live in poverty and go around and mooch off of people to get free dinners and go to parties. And then he made fun of Ralph today all day about how he would never leave, and like never mentioned the fact that he lived with himself and he was a lonely guy and he just wanted companionship and people to hang out with. Today, listen to Howard Stern just creep me the fuck out. That guy is he's a greedy fucking asshole. You know, all these people that have been in his life all these years, all these guys that have worked for him, he didn't pay any of them. Fred makes a little bit, but nothing. I mean, makes a good salary. I think he makes maybe $2 million a year, where Howard's still making 25. And I think Robin's pulling in maybe $3 million a year. His writers aren't getting paid shit. Guys like Benji are getting paid maybe $100K a year. And he's just works these people to death. Nothing that comes out of his mouth are his words. They're all written. And it quite frankly sucks. He sucks as a human being and a broadcaster. We'll get into the shows here and why I had to cancel in a minute. So he keeps going on and on. Well, Ralph did not have health insurance. Ralph couldn't afford anything. He was stubborn. No, Ralph was broke. He was broke because his best friend brother, the guy that did more for you and your look and helped you make that money that you're at to now, the man that helped you build $650 million in wealth is living in poverty. You know where you get cancer from? Old pipes, lead, bad paint, old apartments, mold. Not to mention the gases, the radons, the exons, and all the gases that come through these shitty apartments and the sewage that isn't properly. Ralph lived in a shitty place. He lived in poverty. Just like a little mouse looking for a couple of crumbs of cheese, and hopefully Howard wouldn't disappoint him. Maybe he'd give him that $10,000 bonus at the end of the year so he could pay his rent. How you let a guy that's done nothing but help you out, has kept his mouth shut about everything. He hasn't told anybody anything about you. He was a friend to the end. And you sit there and watch him live in poverty? What kind of piece of shit are you? You made that comment about how are you betting on football? You're broke. He loves that power of having the power over people because he's got money now, because he thinks he's important. No, you're a creepy old man that lives in a giant house with cats and a cat lady. And you're so cheap that your friend had to die in poverty. And the comments too, I was getting to the point where I was really worried he wouldn't get health insurance because he'd come to me looking for money. You have $650 million. At the very most, his cancer treatment would have been $1 million. You can't even spend $1 million. Get that health insurance. I ain't paying for this. Well, buddy, I don't really have any money. I live in poverty because you don't fucking pay me. And I really can't get another job anywhere else. I sit in this fucking apartment all alone. And you let me call into the show. You make money off of my voice every day when I call in. You can't buy me health insurance. That's what killed him, was the health insurance. A guy with $650 million in his bank account could not provide health insurance for his stylist. It's not like he didn't do anything for him. He styled every outfit that he's ever been seen in. He's had his back. He's never stabbed him in the back once. And what did he get in return? He get to die alone in a shitty apartment because your fucking friend has to. I don't know what this hoarding money thing is. Guys like him and Warren Buffett too. Like Warren Buffett drives like a 1998 Buick around still. Lives in a $100,000 house. Doesn't spend a dime of his money. While the rest of us are just starving. I think he likes that. I think he likes to be elite. I think he likes to have that power over people. Scott the engineer's wife, another valuable employee, man that he made money for off TV as a character, boosted his E-channel ratings, boosted everything about him. He fires him. His wife gets cancer. GoFundMe? No, we can't have a GoFundMe. Nope. Artie Lang, can I get a couple weeks off, man? I'm filming a movie. No, you can't. I'm filming a movie, bro. Like, it's not like a big Hollywood movie. It's like a movie where we're filming in 2 weeks. Can I just have the fucking 2 weeks off? No. So what kind of fucking dick this guy is? He's a fucking dick. He can't look on the internet and see that Stuttering John is suffering. Just because you had a feud with Jay Leno, you just sit and you laugh at him. I know he sits and watches those Stuttering John videos and just laughs. It's hilarious, ain't it? Isn't it funny how your buddy's just broke Destitute. Look at this guy. For what? Like I said, to live in a house, him and his wife, 27 cats. Ralph, you have been the best friend to the shittiest person I've ever heard in my life. And then he talks about his sexuality. You're talking about Ralph's sexuality. Seriously, Ralph's sexuality. You're talking about. Everybody want to know: is he gay? Is he straight? Is he bi? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Basically implying that Ralph's gay or something. Why that was even brought up today, I don't know. And why he can't pay anybody, I don't know. With that kind of money, what does he need the money for? He doesn't do anything. And the other thing that creeped me out about this guy too, he mentioned that Ralph would come over to his house and he doesn't turn his fucking air conditioning on because it's too expensive. Let that sink in. Middle of August, it's 114-degree heat index, and he won't turn his air conditioning on because it's too expensive. This is a guy that has $650 million in the bank. No, we don't do air conditioning around here. That's way too expensive. So he sits in his little house, his giant house, and 3 houses or how many he has in his New York apartment, wherever he goes. Him and his wife and his cats. And you know what the sad thing is that he's given more money to cats than he has anybody else that used to work for him. Anybody that's made him to where he is today. I think KC should get a fucking, you give out some money, man, before you die. You're a 70-year-old miserable guy. Why don't you pay the guys that have gotten you to where you're at? Because you're a narcissistic, fucking terrible human being. You really are. I've had enough today. You just proved to me how shitty of a guy you are today and how shitty of a friend you are. Your stylist of 40 years couldn't afford to get fucking health insurance. And the only reason that you wanted to get health insurance is so you wouldn't have to pay more so you could save some money helping the guy out. What a fucking creep. So hope you and your ice cold cat lady, I hope you can justify what you did to that guy. You made this guy live in fucking poverty because you wanted the power over him. This guy worshipped the ground you walked on. What you did, you took advantage of him. You pissed all over him. You should feel ashamed of yourself. You're kind of you're like one of the biggest creeps I've ever seen in my entire life. And that, my friend, deserves a shout out to the Kush Army.
You know what really gets me with the sexy voice of Johnny Kush? You can hear him live every night on Twitter at Marijuana Happy or on YouTube in Rumble at the MHH Network. Follow us so you can keep up. You know what really gets me with the sexy voice of Johnny Kush? You can hear him live every night on Twitter at Marijuana Happy or on YouTube in Rumble.
Oh my God, Bob and the Barker Beauties. My God, television was so much better in the 70s, wasn't it? I mean, come on. Every kid that stayed home from school back then, like right now, seriously, you imagine this 1974, and there's no pornography. There's no any of that. It's just 3 hot chicks in Santa costumes. I don't know why that turns me on. That's all I want for Christmas is I want a hot chick in a Santa costume like that. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for, Santa. Please, Santa, send me one of those. Back in the day when you used to love Howard Stern, and Howard Stern used to be fun, it's just turned into the gayest fucking show I've ever heard. So, this week, this is what they did. This is why I listened to Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week of the Howard Stern program. I was going to give it another shot. I used to like it because girls would show their boobs. I'm a guy. Sorry. I'm sorry, woke America. I'm a man. I like to look at naked women or scantily clad, much like the Barker's beauties. This is 1970s. This isn't new Instagram stuff. This is almost 50 years ago. And that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck in 50 years ago. I like looking at naked ladies. I like watching naked ladies have sex. Super heterosexual, and I'm really into that. That's what I'm into. All right. So this week, while I was listening to Howard Stern, first they did this thing called Flirty Gary. And what does Flirty Gary do? Well, Flirty Gary calls up this guy who likes to shit in people's mouths. You're like, Johnny, what? There are people out there that like to shit into people's mouths. And I know, hold on, get your buckets ready. They digest it. They literally eat shit. Is that sinking in? Because it really caught me off guard. It really caught me off guard. So, Monday they did the thing called Flirty Gary, and I guess this is a real thing where men shit in other men's mouths, and they call them pigs. They have the givers and the receivers. So Monday Flirty Gary was talking about fisting a man, because that's hilarious. Yeah, call me homophobic. Fine, go ahead. I'll accept that. I'll accept it. But I don't want to spend my afternoon listening to guys fisting other guys and then guys shitting in other men's mouths. That was Monday. Not to mention this Chris Wilding guy they have on the show, the gay Chris Wilding. Now, instead of hearing about guys banging chicks, now we get to hear this guy's sex life. And Monday we found out that this Latin guy fucked his ass so hard that he was farting for a day straight. Apparently he shoved so much wind up this guy's ass. And instead of hearing about chicks now we get to hear about this guy sucking dicks, getting fucked in the ass, having guys spit in his mouth. He loves Latin men. Then he comes on today, and it sounds like maybe him and Ralph fucked. It's just gay. It's just gay. Now, Tuesday, we have more gay shit. More Chris Wilding talks about how he likes to make out with guys, and gay. Not one heterosexual thing went on. It was gay. Everything was gay. And then today, Ralph dies. I do 3 hours on Ralph. But, they can't top the shit-eating Flirty Gary. They can't top the Chris Wilding guy story of having so much air pushed up his ass that he just farts all week. Now, is that hilarious? To me, it's just something I'm not into. I don't want to hear about it. It kind of makes me sick to my stomach. The fact that there's actually people out there that eat shit. How is that healthy? How do they not die? Isn't there some kind of bacteria? Isn't that why we wash our hands after we take a shit? I don't understand how guys are literally eating shit. Okay, I don't understand it. It makes me sick to my stomach. And the Howard Stern show makes me sick to my stomach. It's just gay shit. Okay, then how do we top it off today? An important member of the staff dies. And you know what they do to... you guys aren't going to believe this. Do you know what they do? Just to honor the man's death. They had to do this skit today because Ralph would have liked it. Really? He would have? What was the skit, you ask? Well, apparently Richard and Sal were going to put microphones on their penises. Okay, tape little, what are the lapel mics or whatever you call them on their penises. And they were going to 69. Okay, hilarious, right? Two naked middle-aged men 69ing each other while singing "It's Cold Outside." Now, they ain't all of it, We had to make sure that one guy didn't wash his dick for a week, so there was enough dick cheese that the smell would make you vomit, and then the guy's asshole was dirty. So to end the program today, they had two naked middle-aged men that haven't washed themselves for weeks trying to sing Baby It's Cold Outside. Shit's gay, man. Your show is gay. It's for gays. Did Howard Stern lures more than I love her? I understand the other side of it. Maybe he's gay. Maybe I've not seen any heterosexual shit on Howard Stern. I don't know. Last time. When's the last time a pair of tits came out on the Howard Stern show? We're not talking about Richard's tits. Like a woman's tits. Wait. Yeah, it's been too long. We need a show with a guy who understands life, who doesn't sit in a house with no air conditioning. Oh, he's just starting. Oh, God. He's just, ugh. I take care of my friends. I've always taken care of my friends, and I always will. Anybody that starts out with me, I would never hoard the money. I would always spread the wealth. Well, that's why I'm poor, and that's why he gets to sit after all the people he walked over, all the people he stepped on, after everybody that he fucked over. But he's got $650 million, and his house smells like cat piss. His $27 million mansion constantly smells like cat piss. He gets missionary sex once a week for about 4.5 minutes. The rest of the time, he has to sit in his own bathroom and masturbate. A man with $650 million, a man that could rule the world, just sits in his back watching you porn, masturbating, and constantly fucking his friends over. But my gangster friend ran into him today on the way home. Yes, my gangster friend. I have gangster friends. You know, I am half black. I do have some gangsters in the family. And you're like, Johnny, what are you guys, Bloods or Crips? Well, I ain't telling. Ain't starting that up. But I do have some cousins, second cousins, third cousins that are, you know, they're in the business, if you know what I mean. But the cool thing is, and remind you, in the child's bedroom, Howard's puppets are there. To wrap it up, that creepy 70-year-old man lives in a 27-bedroom mansion that he won't turn the air conditioning on because it's too expensive. He is giving over $42 million to cats. He has given zero to any of his employees that helped him get where he's at. He continues to spend the $5 to $10 million on cats so he can keep the wife at home. So at least he's got everything every man wants, right? $650 million. Hot wife. I tell you what, she's not that hot when you think about what it's like living with her. Oh my God. Oh boy. I understand a couple of cats at home. One or two. I think 2 is like the maximum cat level you should have. She got hundreds of cats just rolling around in this old uncooled mansion where it's 1,000 degrees. It's like pure hell. It was like hell. Hell on earth. Creepy old man painting in the basement. Complains that he has to broadcast from his basement because the other rooms are occupied by cats. Oh, what a creep. Oh, what a creepy guy he is. But like I said, one of my buddies, one of my cousins, we call him Gangster F. He met Howard today. Howard was looking for some directions because apparently he was going to Ralph's sister's house. He finally got in that Jeep of his and was cruising around, and he got lost, and he asked my cousin, some directions, and next thing you know, guy's coming on the puppet show. It's crazy.
See, I was getting high with my boys one day, just kicking back, hanging out in LA. When this dude drove by in this really funky Benz, I could tell right away this motherfucker had ends. Was a white dude, about 30-something, kept staring at me, yelling like he wanted something. He called me over and he asked for directions. I saw his dick was hard, so I peeked his card. I said, you lying, you know you ain't lost. You wanna suck my dick while I'm jacking you off? And he said, oh no, there must be a mistake. I got a wife and a kid and I'm very, very straight. So I said, take my number and my name. You can call me up when you're sick of playing games. As I walked away, yo, I knew he would call. Cause if you see one fag, then you see them all.
He won't say.
So what the fuck you think?
He needs say.
So what the fuck you mean?
He won't say.
Cause if you see one fag, now you see them all.
He won't say.
So what the fuck you mean?
He needs say.
So what the fuck you think?
He won't say.
Cause if you see one fag, then you see them all. So I knew that he'd be climbing the wall. 1 week later and he finally called. He said his family's gone for a week or two, and he was really bored and needed something to do. So I drove to his crib up in Beverly Hills, a bomb man's house worth a couple of mills. He said he wasn't gay, he just wanted to check. And a half hour later he massaging my back. In his wife's room, he gave me some head. Went in the next room, fucked on his kid's bed. Fucked and we fucked like bitches in heat. I came on his face and all over the sheets. I knew that I was done when I started getting sore. I grabbed the kid's toe and I wiped my dick off. He's lying on the bed still trying to recover. I'm pressed and I'm out as my car burns rubber.
He won't say.
So what the fuck you think?
He needs say.
So what the fuck you need?
He won't say.
Cause if you see one fag, then you see them all.
He won't say.
So what the fuck you think?
He needs say.
So what the fuck you need?
He won't say.
Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all. The dick was so good that he just couldn't pass up. So all that week, yeah, I'm tearing that ass up. Cause he loved to ride him and he loved to suck him. And after I was done, I let my homeboys fuck him. Now his punk ass calls me every day. I told him we were through, then he said he would pay. So now twice a week I'm getting paid to tap him. He laced me with the cash and the Visa Platinum. 1 month later and the cat's out the bag. Cause this motherfucker started dressing in drag. But I did my thing and I had my fun with him. It's time to cut him off because I'm done with him. Crying like a bitch and he's starting to beg. He's falling on the ground, holding on to my leg. Screaming, don't leave, please twist the G. But this is what you get when you fuck with me. Ha!
He won't say.
So what the fuck you think?
He needs say.
So what the fuck you need?
He won't say.
Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all.
He won't say.
So what the fuck you need?
He needs say.
So what the fuck you think?
He won't say.
Cause if you see one fag, then you seen them all.
Hello, I'm Twisted. This is Tom's wife. Tom is not gay, okay? I want you to stay away from Tom. He is not gay. We have a family and a son, and we have a life together. You stay away from you, son of a bitch.
Twisted, this is Tom. I'm calling because I miss you. Twisted, please call me, please. I miss you. I miss your fucking cock. I miss your fucking cock. Cause I'm so fucking bad. I love you, Twisted. Please fucking call me. Someone do this to me, Twisted, please. Fucking guys, please.
Mr. Twisted, this is Tim, this is Timmy. I just want to know why my toys sticky and my feet, they keep sticking to me. Why? Why my toys sticky?
He wants it. He needs it. Once you see one, then you see them all, right? Twisted G. I love the Twisted G. You know what you guys missed last night? You know what you guys missed last night? Oh, you missed a great show last night. I'm telling you, you missed a great show last night.
You know what really gets me with the sexy voice
Was
of Johnny
insane.
Cush? You can hear him live every night on Twitter at Marijuana Happy or on YouTube in Rumble at the MHH Network. Follow us so you can keep up.
That's what you need to do is, you know what you need to do is go over to youtube.com/MHH Network and check out the new show, Too Stoned, a chronic journey through time, space. And apologies are definitely necessary, but I will write an apology in an email, and I will write more apologies on shows later. But go check out Two Stoned. Really had a fucking great time last night. And we have our first 2,000 viewer. We did 2,000 viewers last night, which for the third show ever. And we're not celebrities, and nobody knows who the fuck we are. They think, well, they kind of know who we are, but we'll get into that a little bit later. You guys missed a show last night. I got a couple of cool clips we can throw up from last night. It was a great show. I mean, if you missed this, I mean, go over to what's the name of it? Oh, youtube.com/MHH Network, and you'll be able to see Two Stone tomorrow night. Just a couple of clips from last night's show. He is creeping on Joey C's wife while Joey C's taking a piss during a show. I don't even know if Joey C's even seen this yet.
Yeah, but that's pretty standard John behavior. Didn't he do something similar to Bob Levy's wife?
Yes, he texted her behind the scenes. Right now, he's asking her for anal on Joey C's stream while Joey C's taking a leak. He is creeping on Joey C's wife while Joey C's taking a piss during a show. I don't even know if Joey C's even seen this yet.
Yeah, but that's pretty standard John behavior. Didn't he do something similar?
That was just some of it. All of the fans, they want to hear another clip from last night's show. Why not? Can we talk about something else?
Can we just change the subject? Actually, no, we're already in deep.
All right, here we go. All right.
They call me a prostitute, but I'm not one.
What?
Oh, yes. Kevin Brennan, fucking... Listen, I'll beat his ass in his pink leotard so he thinks it's fair. I don't give a damn.
Can we talk about something else?
Can we just change the subject, actually? No, we're already in deep.
All right, here we go. All right.
They call me a prostitute, but I'm not one.
What?
No.
I was just like, what? Are you really asking the guy's wife for anal? And hey, one more time, hold it. Joey C, earmuffs. Don't listen to this. Joey C, earmuffs. Just give me 10 seconds and you take the earmuffs up, Joey C. She's got some nice tits. All right, Joey, you can go back to listening.
She has a great personality.
Yes, very good. Nice sweater. Looks like Joey's taking very good care of her, dressing her very well.
Yes.
Earmuffs, Joey. Those tits are fucking spectacular on that woman. Okay, Joey, take them back off. A couple of scoundrels, aren't we?
What do you mean we? You're dragging me into this. Listen, I might go down with the ship, but I'm going on the record. I was indignant the whole time.
I was just like, what? Are you really asking the guy's wife for anal? So make sure you go over to youtube.com/MHH Network. We also have it up on Rumble tomorrow. And check it out, man. We had a lot of fun last night. That was last night's great show. Like I said, our first show to break 2,000 views. So we're very excited. Like I said, each show gets better. And next week, I don't know. We'll have more to talk about here in the next few episodes, what's going on next Tuesday. But, man, that is the best show on the network right now. Go over to youtube.com/MHH Network. Really go check it out. It's one of my best works because of Marco. And if you want to get a hold of Marco and tell him how much big of an asshole I am and he should probably quit because I'm a dick or whatever, you can get a hold of Marco over at Marco V193. That's MARCOVEE 193. He is a professional stoner. You can talk to him. And ladies, he likes those nudes. All right. Like I said, go over and check out last night's show. That's all we have time for tonight. I want to thank everybody for listening. To recap tonight, that Howard Stern is a cheap fucking bastard. He is a cheap motherfucking bastard, that Howard Stern. It's $650 million sitting on, and he let his friends die because he didn't want to pay for his fucking procedure until he got health insurance. Let that sink in. He'd rather have $650 million in a dead friend than $640 million in a friend that's prospering and gets rewarded for all of the work he's done for him and for being a loyal brother. But that's how these type of people do that, man. These rich guys, they're stingy. They're the stingiest fuckers you'll ever meet, and I hate them. I hate stingy people. I hate them. Good night, everybody.
Getting better. Leave the house in ruin, walk the path of freedom. Wish I had direction, try to make it happen. There's a place for me here, but it's filled with despair. On the road of plunder, feel the flames from thunder. It's only getting better.